Okay guys, so this is just a quick video I've put together. It's going to basically include all of the Instagram stories I've put. This is what happens when you do a video in a hostel, everyone gets involved. It's a cut together of all of the stories I did today. Enjoy. So I've ordered a coffee and I'm going to go get some water from 7-Eleven. So with Instagram stories, it's really a good way for you to tell a little bit about yourself to your audience. I mean, you know, we see all the time that Instagram feeds are so perfect. And honestly, the truth is that life isn't perfect. You know, we see people doing these pictures on the beaches and we think that's what they're doing every day. But actually, if they're sharing their stories about how they just were a little bit ill from the breakfast or they fell over on the way to the pool, it basically just makes it a little bit more authentic. You can see the person behind the brand, and that's where stories are really powerful. I really struggled initially, you know, talking on camera, especially when you're walking around. You feel like an idiot sometimes when you're talking into your phone. Everyone turns, looks at you, they're like, people just look at you thinking, who's that stupid idiot on his phone? But, you know, just think about it. If you had 400,000 followers, you were talking into your phone every day, you wouldn't give a fuck. You'd just talk into it and everyone would be saying, oh, that guy's making shitloads of money for talking into his phone. I wish I could do that. So own it, you know. Let's let's get a big one. It's just the cheapest. Captain Crop. Right, so I am rested, I'm recovered. We're now going to continue with the day 2 Instagram story stuff. Got this awesome shirt on, it's very fun. I'm going to grab some breakfast and I'm going to run through some awesome tips for you guys for sharing Instagram stories. Hope you're ready, it's going to be good. Okay guys, so the first thing that you want to understand is that there's 2 main different types of stories that you can do. You can do Instagram stories, which are 15-second snippets, or you can do an Instagram live, which is a bit like Facebook Live, where you go live out to all of your followers at once. And when you're uploading any stories that are going live, you can add stickers and things over the top. So you can either do videos or you can do stills. So next couple frames, I'll just give you some examples of some of the things you can do. You just click at the top and it'll give you a drop down menu and you can choose the Awesome guys, now the other thing that can be quite challenging is when you're recording a video and it's only 15 seconds long. Sometimes you want to talk for a little bit longer. So one thing you can do is you can use apps like Cut Story, where you can record one long video that's say a minute in length and it will split it into 4 15. Now the thing with stories that makes them so engaging is it's a really raw and kind of unfiltered way to look at someone's content. But you can get creative. You know, there's one guy that I follow where he edits a lot of his stories that he puts live. And they're awesome. I'll show you in a second. But honestly guys, what makes most of the stories really appealing for people is that they're very honest. So, you know, instead of giving someone a Photoshop view of a beach that you're on, you're talking about how, you know, breakfast came and the eggs were undercooked. You know, it's real. And like, honestly, don't worry about your content being perfect. I mean, you know, look at me right now, I've got this nice pimple here. Like, some people wouldn't even go on camera with something like that, but just put the content out there. You know, try and be on camera as much as possible to get yourself used to it. Don't forget to tag your location as well. Location tagging is really important because now your Instagram stories will go live into a feed if you've tagged a location on it. So if you go into the Explore feature and you're in, say, Chiang Mai like I am now, you can go through Instagram stories that have been tagged with the Chiang Mai location. That's another way for people. Okay, so the next part that I'm going to talk about is how to be better on camera. And bear in mind that I'm pretty fresh to being on camera myself, and the more I do it every day, the better I feel. You know, I don't feel weird about talking in a cafe, you know, into my phone. It's just practice. The first thing to understand is to really think about why we're uncomfortable on camera in the first place. You know, for me and for many, it's the fear about what other people think, you know, while I'm putting out this content. What those people over there, you know, thinking about me while I'm talking into my camera. Do they think I'm crazy? So I've got a couple of different steps that you guys can do to make yourself a little bit more comfortable on camera and to practice over time. And these sort of, how many steps have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got about 6 or 7 steps to go through. So maybe grab a pen and paper, make a note of these, and we'll see if it can help you. Alright, so some of these 8 tips that you guys have got for being a little bit more comfortable on camera. We talked a bit first about the tactics, about understanding why we're uncomfortable on camera in the first place. So just really understand that anybody can be good on camera, you just have to be yourself. That's the trick. Hey guys, so the first tip I've got for you to be better on camera is just to play. So what I mean by play is do videos that you aren't going to show to anybody. You're not going to post them online. You're not going to show them to your friends. You're just experimenting to see what you can do on camera. Playing around on camera is going to give you a lot of benefits. First of all, you can be a bit crazy. You can do stuff that's outside of your comfort zone. And it doesn't matter because if you do something mad, no one's going to see it. So really it's about getting you out of your comfort zone and trying something new on camera. Now, once you've played around on camera for a little bit, the other thing you can do then is, instead of posting it straight online, just show these videos to a couple of people you trust. A family member, a friend, someone who's going to give you honest feedback, which could be helpful, but isn't going to be super critical. Guys, if you don't have anybody that you want to show these videos to, I know when you start to go into online stuff, some people don't really understand it. You can post it in the Instagram group. You know, talk to me, send me a DM. I'm available on Facebook or obviously on Instagram, or just send it to anybody in the group. We'll give you honest feedback. Another trick that just kind of ties into play as well is to play around with the live feature. I only just started doing live videos in the last couple of days, and it's really helped me to be a lot more confident on camera. Once you go live, you can't stop it, so there's no doing a video and then deleting it if you don't like it. This is another thing to think about as well when you're doing any videos, is that people don't mind when you mess up and you make mistakes. That makes you more relatable. This is the thing with Instagram lives that a lot of people like, is that you see the human side of people. When you make mistakes, that makes you feel human. Okay guys, so the next tip is to personalize. So what I mean about this is to try and make it a little bit easier for you to do a video with yourself to start off with. Instead of imagining that you have a big, huge audience who you're speaking to, think of just one person you're talking to. A really cool way to do this is to either attach a picture on top of your phone or on your laptop of somebody that you love or trust and imagine that you're speaking to them. This has two benefits. You know, first, it's going to make you more comfortable, but second, you're going to speak to your audience like you're speaking to them one-to-one. The trick with any of these Instagram lives is that you really want to be speaking to your audience and making them feel like you're connecting with them and speaking directly to them like I am to you guys now. You know, it's a conversation, almost like we're FaceTiming, so try and think of it that way. That's another good little tip. So the next thing to think about, which I struggle with, is pace. So when you're doing your videos, when you're nervous, you tend to speak a lot quicker, and you have to sort of consciously slow yourself down when you're talking. I struggle with this all the time. I speak way too fast. So the trick with pace is to realize that not everybody is used to fast-paced talking. Nerves make you speak faster, so try and think about speaking maybe 10 or 15% slower. Really take your time with the way that you're speaking so the words come out properly. The next thing is excitement. Because, you know, it's nice to be excited, right? When you're talking about something that you're passionate about, people buy into it a lot easier. That's why I'm really enjoying talking about Instagram all the time, because for me, helping guys grow is passionate for me. So with excitement, when you're talking about something and you know it's something that you're passionate about, just think about trying to add 10% on top of those excitement levels. Really make it come across that you're passionate about this, because if you come across as a little bit fake or you're not trying that hard, it's not going to work. Do you guys want another awesome tip for excitement? It's just a smile. When you smile, people are always relating to that. It releases endorphins into your body, and everybody loves watching somebody that's smiling. No one wants to watch a miserable bastard on camera. So really kind of reach out, try and find a couple of videos that you really like, see what they're doing, and then try and incorporate some of them into your live videos. So there's a couple of people who I really like, superlatively LJ, Jesse Driftwood, Pat Flynn. I follow those guys' stories regularly. They're really, really cool. I'm going to put the link in this one. So the next tip I'm going to kind of class as pretend, because this is something that you can do to try and learn to be a little bit better on camera. So what we're talking about with pretending is to look at somebody that you follow or a video that you really like and try and copy a couple of things that they do. Now, it's important to remember when we're talking about pretending, we're not talking about ripping somebody off or doing a direct copy. You just want to see a couple of elements that people do in their videos and try and take a few of those and put them into yours. So one thing I did is I liked a lot of videos where people were walking through the street with their camera. So I tried it. The other thing to think about is when you're recording these videos, if you're making mistakes in the videos, that's fine to post them because, you know, like I said earlier, when you make mistakes, that becomes relatable. People really like to see that in videos. So I would always try and make your videos as real as possible, you know. And the last tip for you guys is just to practice. So the more that you talk on camera and the more that you put this thing in front of your face and you look around and you walk around with it, the easier it's going to become. You know, at first I felt really, really stupid talking into a camera, and every day I do it more, it gets easier. Alright guys, so that's all my tips on how to be better on camera. I'm going to put this all into a YouTube video, so it should be fairly easy to kind of get all the content together. I'm going to put it in the 30-day Instagram challenge Facebook page, so I'll put it together in a YouTube video in one place for you guys. Okay, some other things to just think about with stories. So if you guys go and check out Jesse Driftwood's page, I'll put another link in this video. He does stuff that's really different in his videos. He edits them, he changes them, he mixes them up, adds music, cuts them in and out. It's a good way to mix up your Instagram stories. So a couple of little apps you can use to try and mix up the stories. I use iMovie a lot on my Mac, and I can use that on my phone as well. But Gina in the community pointed out as well that she uses Splice, which is actually a GoPro app. It's a really way to mix together a couple of videos. You know, think about when you're editing these videos, you can do anything. You can be filming your feet, you can film yourself walking, eating breakfast, you know, you can cut yourself going in and brushing your teeth or whatever it is. Just edit together, you know, make your regular day, mix it all together and make it look a little bit exciting. Just add something different. Alright guys, that's all I've got for now on Instagram stories. Hopefully that's enough content to keep you guys going. Like I said, I'm going to mix this up and put it into a YouTube video. I'll do another written post which will be going live on the blog later on in the week. Again, if you want to join, jump across to my bio and join in the 30-day challenge.